So this is Lucky Robin, and I am in Zone 7B in Northwest Washington, and I thought I'd give an update on how the fruit garden's coming along. It's going to be a long time before we see fruit yet, but it's really nice to see how the plants are progressing already. And we got a lot of grass and a lot of horsetail coming up in the blackberries, and it's really hard to get that out of there when you have thorny blackberries. So I don't know, this may just be a very weed strewn blackberry patch this year. But anyway, they've grown quite a bit since the last update I did. I think they were about 4 or 5 inches out of the ground then, and they're 2 to 3 feet now. A couple roses in there. Stupid morning glory from our back neighbors. It's creeped up here. Some veg growing in there too, and it's all overwhelming the bright orange poppy. And see, the morning glory's taking over our porch swing as well, which is frustrating. Got to get out here and do something about it. It's just, yeah, I've been kind of overwhelmed between recovering from the eye surgery and getting the garden in and going and keeping up with it. So anyhow, and it's a bit of a mess back here. I haven't had the time to put away the plastic, which hopefully we'll get to this week as well. Now, the raspberries are blooming. Lots and lots of blooms and berries are starting to form. You know, I never see any bees, but there are berries forming, so yeah, they gotta be out there. I mean, well, I shouldn't say never. I do see them on occasion. It's just only 1 or 2 at a time. So, and mostly not honeybees either. But there's other pollinators, and I do see them. We have tons of butterflies and ladybugs and dragonflies even when it gets a little warmer. So the baby plum tree is doing so much better than it was last year. It really looked like it wasn't going to make it last year, so I'm pleased to see that it has. And I can't see any more blooms on the big plum tree. I don't see any plums yet, but they're probably just really small and I'm too far away. We get quite a lot up at the very top of the tree, and we have to use a ladder. That's what it's called, guys. Ladder to get them down. Well, I wish I got in a picture, or I wish I got some video of this when it was still in full bloom. It was just covered, but you can see that there's a million berries on here. So it looks like we're gonna have another bumper crop of blueberries on this bush. This one still has quite a few of the blooms on it. And there's berries. There's berries, definitely. If all of these blooms turn into berries, this one will be pretty loaded. It wasn't as loaded as the other one last year, but it was still a lot, and I can't even remember. It was something like 25 gallons off these 2 bushes. Now, this apple tree with 5 varieties on it, I'm not sure. There were a lot of blossoms, but I think there's not a lot of apples forming. It's a lot of mist. There are blossoms that don't look like they were pollinated on this tree. Now, on the older tree, however, there's quite a few. So the back tree, it just might be that they're too small yet, or it might not have done as well. A lot of times one tree will do a lot better than the other because they're just, the 5 varieties on the one tree are different from this one. And this tree, you know, is over 100 years old, so it just naturally seems to do better. And our weed tree that grows up in here and we can never seem to eradicate is in bloom. So it looks pretty. It looks like little snowballs in there. And the climbing roses, let's see, they also have really good hips. Let's see what we can see. Yeah, they're developing flower heads, so we cut these down every early spring, and then they grow way up, and these have already started growing quite a bit. Probably about 4 feet high to 5 feet high in the center. Yeah, way more apples along here too. This side of the tree doesn't often get as many apples as the other side, but this year it looks like it is. And that's the fruit garden update. Probably won't check back on that for a while. Probably not until the raspberries are blooming.